mechanics. You know.
We're gonna insert some of the.
What's good? What's good? This, your boy Chef again, Richer on Life, no gatekeeping podcast edition. You know what I mean? Got my boy Falcon Picasso back on.
Picasso.
And the artist, extravagant. But we brought two lovely ladies on here too, in great professions that I think everybody could use. Dope. I mean, we're a makeup artist, somebody who controls the clubs and the nightlife. Introduce yourself. Go ahead, Julie.
Go ahead.
So I'm Lynda. I'm a bottle girl in Houston. But
Yeah. All right. And making that money. We're going to talk about that, how we like to talk about this money, how it works. All right. Julie, go ahead.
Yes. Julie Jules. I'm a 2-time Emmy award-winning makeup artist and content creator.
Pop it.
All right.
2-time award. I wish I could be 2-time award-winning something.
You are.
I'm a 2-time award-winning.
So explain that. We not doing no gatekeeper. How can somebody get an Emmy by doing makeup?
Well, honestly, I don't awards like that. I don't feel like that's something that you should go after. It's such a small and narrow space. You're a winner without that. I was a winner before I won 2 Emmys, and I felt that, and that's why I won them. But it's something that's so niche and so small that I don't think anybody should try to that be your pinnacle of I made it.
So you get, but just for people who want to know, you get an Emmy by being associated with a production?
Yes, so you have to work on a production that's syndicated, that airs on daytime television. You have primetime, daytime. So yeah, all those things. You would have to be on a show that is
So what show did you so people?
Yeah, so I won my Emmys for working on The Real, which was daytime television with Lonnie Love, Jeannie Mai, Adrienne Bailon, Garcelle Beauvais.
Nice. She got them popping. She made them look good. Because
yeah.
It's a lot of girls out who do makeup and probably some of them, it's just like it's probably tattoo artists, it's barbers, but they can take it to the next level. So I guess some people don't know and you figured it out. Like when I was in Dubai, I was hanging with this dude, and he said, "Yeah, I'm a barber. He's gonna pull up on me, right?" But when I was walking with him, everybody was asking for photos. Oh my God! I'm like, yo, look, you're a barber. Mm-hmm. And then I look, he followed me on Instagram. He got like 3-4 million followers, right? But then his content is crazy. Mm-hmm. He does this thing where he cuts his real rich folks' hair, but he does a whole intro on the content as he walking up, making like a scene. So now he can almost charge him more now because he know how to use the internet, and he's cutting hair. You know what I mean? It's the same way you're doing makeup. You're like, okay, cool. I'm doing makeup and finding my space to actually get there to get some awards because even when you do if somebody was in a room and the engineers, just press the keys to engineer a Drake song and it's platinum, they get the platinum record too.
Oh, for sure.
Because you're a part of it.
Yeah.
Just like in the Super Bowl, right? The Water Boys getting Super Bowl rings.
Yeah, for sure.
You definitely have to take whatever talent you have and put it in the right room. If you can move to a big city and do what you're doing in your small town, it's definitely going to be amplified once you move to a big city. I could have been a makeup artist in New Jersey and doing weddings and all that stuff, but because I came to LA and I was doing it here, I had opportunity to step into these rooms that could take me to the next level. So it's definitely, give and get, but you get a lot out when you give.
Wait, what did you give?
I gave my time.
Okay. I'm just making sure we stay on topic.
I gave everything.
Yeah,
that's what's
good.
up.
I'm proud of you. That's good. That's hard to do, especially being a minority doing it. So that's fire.
Yo, so I want to talk about bottle girls, right? I seen this thing online one time, right? There's like, who gets paid more, the owner, the bottle girls, or the promoter?
Bottle
Promoter's
girls.
last.
Yeah, promoter gets no money.
Yeah.
He's last. Sure.
Bottle girls get the most money.
You tell me. What's a good day? What's a good day as a bottle girl at a nightlife? What's a good night?
On one day you can make especially in Houston, one day you can make 2,000. But that's literally one day.
Jeez, 2,000. And then what's a slow day?
A slow day, 800.
That's that. But still, 8 hours of work. That's $100 an hour.
But they're not even working 8 hours.
But if you were,
yeah, I know.
If you were, right?
Yeah.
So our shift could be from 10:45 to 10. That's when we close.
AM?
But mind you, so 10:45 a.m. and then 10
Oh, so
p.m.
y'all working 8.
But it'll be slow in the morning. But when it'll pick up, so 1,000 for one day. Honestly,
what's the biggest tip you ever got?
Tip 1,000.
A dude tip you $1,000?
Definitely.
What was the bill?
It was honestly. There's a lot of times people like will tip you more than their bill. Sometimes, honestly, it's never been a lot of times a lot of times like they'll press the button and they'll just be like, okay, you get 20%. Or 40%, whatever they want to
I'm a press the button guy. Just press it.
So sometimes, but that 40% of whatever bottles they got will be 1,000 or 700 or whatever, and they'll just be like, "Can you sign here?" And they'll sign it.
They just lit. It's like whatever.
If you don't, there'd be.
Oh man,
it's a lifestyle. Rich in real life. Are you rich in real life? Or are we?
So now, have like a guy ever like give you a great tip and you're like, man, I might take his number.
No.
Like,
no, I mean, as a customer, though, because a lot of times, a lot of my repeat customers who are, like, the big ballers, honestly, that's, they know what it is. Like, okay, Lynda, what's open, like, literally today? They're like, what's open on Sunday? We have this is open.
But they not, like, trying to holler?
No, because they
it's crazy. I never hollered at a bottle girl either. Like, I never.
You know what? I think because we're so, like, up and down, that the girls are with usually, so as a bottle girl, when men are like, oh, I wouldn't date a bottle girl. Honestly, yes, men be in your face, but not as much as you think.
Yeah, cause that's what I'm thinking.
It's like the girl they with.
Yeah. That's what I'm thinking. I'm like, yeah, you probably get. I'm thinking like you probably get approached all day. So even if I'm not gonna holler at you because I'm like, you get hollered all day, so I'm even gonna say nothing.
Yeah,
I leave it alone.
Like, for me, it's different. Like I like girls that's like I was even talking to different people. I like girls as dancers, bottle girls, because they interacting with men all the time. So it's kind of like a person. If you eat ice cream every day and I came over ice cream, you're not gonna be excited about ice cream because you eat every day. It's in your face, So for my thing is like I like a woman who's interacting with men all the time and as a profession, right? Compared to a woman who's just a stay-at-home wife or mom and she don't really get attention, you know? Like even Steph Curry I seen the other day, like his wife was on TV talking about, I think she was on The Real, and she was talking about saying like she missed having attention from men. And it's like, you're Steph Curry.
Is that what she said?
She definitely said that. She said, I miss. She's like, sometimes, she's like, he gets attention from everyone. Like, sometimes as a woman, I miss that too. And it's like, what? Like, how do you say that?
God forbid she's a human.
No, but you can't say that publicly, though. Like, you can't say that publicly. Like, I'm not saying she shouldn't have those feelings. I'm saying you gotta know when not to say. Like, you represent.
It's almost like you hate. It's almost like you hating though a little bit.
You are hating. You're jealous. You're competing with your spouse. Like, why would you want the attention he has? You're not shooting.
Well.
Oh, here we go. Let's go. Let's get into it.
Yeah.
Why not have the same spotlight and attention?
No, you gotta earn it.
Well, if you've earned, has she not earned it? How? She has her own cookbook, her own cooking line.
But if it's not generate, this is Queen. Listen, if it's not generating that type of attention, then she hasn't earned it. What Steph Curry simply does for his job generated him that type of attention. He didn't go out looking for it. He didn't promote himself. He just went out there and broke records and did what he's supposed to do. She went out there and cooked books and did whatever she's supposed to do. However, whatever she did not generate her that type of attention. So you can't be mad that the person you next to get more attention than you.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
So is it if you come in after my success, like?
No, my thing is, like right now, if me and you was together, right? And I'm successful, right? And you come in and you start getting crazy successful for being a makeup artist. I can't get mad that whatever I'm doing is not to the level of yours, and vice versa.
Okay.
We supposed to support each other.
That's all I was asking. If I wasn't doing it before and now I'm trying to do it, is that the problem?
No, it's no problem. The problem is you can't want my success if what you do don't equal what I do. You know what I'm saying? Now her cookbook went crazy and she was Martha Stewart level.
Crazy?
I don't know what it did.
It did good.
How we know it did good? What's the numbers?
Right.
What's good?
What's good? But my thing is this: like when you represent an icon like Stephen Curry, you don't go on a national TV sitcom, real life, whatever, and say those things. You just don't do that. You gotta have enough mental to say, okay, this is my man. Deep down, I might feel this way. Like even with Chef, it's my guy. We were just talking about this behind the scenes. We go different places. in this city of San Diego, he's like a god. You feel me? And like, if I had an ego problem or if I had like a competitive spirit, I'd be like, bro, why y'all don't come to me like this? Like, we go to clubs, they shouting his name out, and they don't say my name. I'm like, what's up with that? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I would never do that because it's just like, I'm never here to compete with my brother. Like, let him shine. You know what I'm saying?
Respect.
You know, and I feel like if that's her wife, her husband, that's how it should be. Like,
Yo, like, it's crazy. I've been in relationships with women that got jealous off of it was crazy, like envy, like, what about me? Like, huh? I thought we was a
that's
team.
a human thing, I'm realizing.
But
It's
like,
not
what about
women
me?
or men, yeah.
That's what I was saying. Like, that's just like a human, you know.
Yeah, you just
Look,
have that competitive spirit.
I told you, like, I put the deposit on my watch, and the person I was with at the time looked at me like, what? You getting a what? Nah, it was upset what I was getting myself,
That's crazy.
you know?
Yeah, that's wild.
And I'm like, yo, but I'm thinking you used to stuff, you know, you're supposed to be like kind of famous, you know, just weird. Then I'm like, yo, I seen it, I hate it, I seen it in the eye. It wasn't excitement.
Yeah. You know, it's crazy. I just seen Oprah. She said something. She, you know, and she was just like, if anybody has an ounce of ego, jealousy, or just kind of competitiveness around you, you have to cut them completely out your life. Like, you can't call somebody a friend who has some type of, like, jealousy towards you or, like, wants to be you even in the slightest way. You know what I mean? And it's hard. I know it's hard to...
I don't 100%.
You don't 100% agree? Oh, let me hear your take on it. Why?
I think it's about how you use that energy, right? Like, when I was coming up, when I first moved to LA, and mind you, I had nothing. I moved out here with nothing, had no job, no car, no nothing, sleeping on couches, everything. So I had a girlfriend at the time. She had a former spouse who passed away, left her with a lot of money in business, and she was lit, like Louis bags, everything. Girl was fire, and I just, looking at her, I wanted everything she had. And it motivated me to do it for myself, because living in her lifestyle, I realized that a lot of people around her were just comfortable enough to stay there. As long as they were close enough to her, that was okay.
Let me ask you a question, not to cut you off. Are you guys still friends?
Yes.
Like, still good friends?
Solid.
But
Gotcha.
jealousy and motivation are two different
That's a
things.
different
But
thing.
it was jealous. But you have to.
But
She's like,
I was jealous.
you
Like,
know what?
it was there.
It's
The feeling
envious.
was there.
That's the word.
Envious.
I was envious.
No, but envious is more malicious. Like,
No, but it doesn't have to be.
hate
Like, I
that
think
you're in the spot that you're in. But
Well, what else would you
motivation
call
could be
it?
like, you know what? I'm a little jealous, but that's gonna motivate me
people
to
are
be
not
in that
honest
area.
about what it is.
But
Be honest with
envious-
yourself. If you're a little jealous, say that
You
so
know-
you can fix it, and
But
correct it,
envious is
and
like-
get your own bag, so
No,
you don't
you
have
know,
to feel that. When I'm with
you-
her,
Yeah.
now I do. She's looking at me like, I'm so proud of you. Everything you've done, like, I've seen you become this woman. That's how she talks to
I
me
think
now.
I think
So-
you have good
fire.
envy. I think you have good envy.
There could be.
I think you can have good envy.
Yeah.
Like, I got a buddy. I'm kind of envious of him, but in a good way.
You don't gotta be envious of me, Chef. Bro. I'm
I ain't talking about
just,
you.
you know, I'm just saying.
No, but look, my bro,
You got to take that.
Right.
to me, he lived the
Okay.
American dream.
Right.
He was with his lady for like 10 years, married and stuff, right? They was together for like 10 years before they even had kids. Then he had kids. Now, he got 3 kids by the same woman, married, got the big house. Like, he just did everything. Like, man, I would love to have all the kids by, and actually grow my kids with the same mom and white picket fence and y'all finances together, y'all just building. I'm like, man, that's like, and then y'all got to hang out for 10 years before y'all even like,
Yeah.
I'm like, I can't get my years back.
Right.
You know what I mean? But it's like, I'm like, damn, I'm not envious of you, but I'm like upset envious of you. I'm like, damn, I wish I could have played my cards how you played your cards. You know what I mean? So I'm envy in a good way.
Speaking of that.
Yeah, we talk about that's what I'm saying. So about that topic, right?
So let me ask you a question. So we was talking about this, and I want to ask you guys, we seen this like headline.
Let's talk about the headline.
Yeah, we seen a headline that said a woman is suing her ex-husband because she felt like he took her young years, her youth. Like, they was married for 6 years. I guess he promised a whole bunch of things, and now they're not. And now they didn't playing out the way it's supposed to be. So now she's going to sue him for
Taking her youth. You
taking
know
her
what?
youth. Hold on. Do you feel as a woman? I think I'm not gonna tell you what I thought yet,
I
but
want to know what you think first.
I think that's crazy. Like,
Look,
Tell
you
me
know,
why you think it's crazy.
okay, so this is why I think it's crazy because everything was consensual, right? Yes, he might have
Good
lied.
point. I love. consensual, and then he might have lied. It's
No,
crazy.
but no, listen, we gonna let me. He might have. So I don't know if it's like with men. I don't know if it's. Well, I can't speak for him, but I don't know if it was 100% a lie. Maybe he had thoughts of doing certain things, and he had promises to himself that he's like, hey, we're gonna do this and do that, and they never panned out. So in hindsight, it's a lie, right? But at the time when he said it, it probably wasn't a lie, right? Like right now, right? Like, say you meet a female, right? I meet a female at the bar, and we having drinks at the bar, and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna go upstairs, I'm gonna go crazy on you, right? And I get upstairs, and I'm not the best. I ain't perform, right? So technically, in hindsight, I lied to her, right? Because I told her I was gonna do something that I didn't do, right? But in my mind, I gave a valid effort. So my thing is this: how can you sue somebody for you believed in what he thought he was gonna do as well? And then as it's going on, it's consensual. Like, if you've seen that he's not doing what he's supposed to do, you're supposed to leave out. Why did it take you 6 years to realize he wasn't the man you thought he was? And now you're trying to sue him for what?
Because that's the prime age.
Right.
Is it? What's the female's prime age?
We're gonna answer the first question.
Go ahead.
Okay, I feel like as a grown woman, you have to know when someone is selling you a dream. Because honestly, I feel like men do that a lot, where they will sell you a dream, and they could have just shut up. They could have shut up and just showed you.
Sidebar. Do you think women sell dreams?
Probably to an extent, but y'all feed into it. It's both of us, probably. It's different, like, oh, I'm going to do this for you.
So it would be okay for me to sue you?
I probably wouldn't sue you for you to sue me.
Okay,
so.
see?
Okay, so...
Now, but I got to get her. I want to hear her, because she's the one. I want to hear what you got to say.
So, I mean, you know that at a younger age, you're less developed.
As far as what? Like
in your mind.
Oh, mind.
Yeah,
okay.
It takes scientific proof.
Okay.
Frontal lobe to be developed is 25.
Yeah. So it's more than even selling a dream, right? It's like if you tell a child, "I'll give you a piece of candy if you go sit down for 30 minutes." They're going to go sit down for 30 minutes, and they're going to want that piece of candy at 30 minutes, because in their realm of perspective and understanding in life at that time, at that age, is that if I do this, you're going to give me that. Mm-hmm. So with that understanding, you ask a 20-year-old woman, you tell her, I'm going to marry you, I'm going to give you kids, I'm going to put you in a house, I'm going to make sure we grow your business. That is a young mind that's underdeveloped that believes that if I sit here for 30 minutes, you will give me the lollipop. And you as the adult in the situation giving the child this circumstance, know that you hold the power to give that lollipop or not, and you understand the responsibility of reward and punishment, and you want them to understand that. Right. And that's the same thing that we're talking about here. So you took somebody who was underdeveloped, without experience, and it's not even selling a dream. You know what you did.
But love, let me ask you another question. I hear what you're saying, right? I'm not trying to dismiss that, but the way you're putting it is predatorial. Like, hold on, listen. The way you put it is predatorial, but if they're the same age, they're both 20.
He was 20 as well?
He was 20 as well.
Oh. First conclusion, they always go, oh,
wait. He was older, he manipulated her. No, they were both the same age, and he did marry her, and he did give her kids.
I don't believe he gave her the kids.
Or maybe he tried. I don't know.
Maybe he tried.
I'm pretty sure he pulled out.
I'm pretty
sure he pulled out.
Maybe it's around her uterus. We gotta figure that out.
We have to figure that out. But I don't believe she got the kids or anything.
All right. Let me speak on this.
So with everything you're saying, you believe that it's justified. The lawsuit is justified. That's all I want.
The lawsuit is justified.
Because of her age?
Because at the same time, I did not date anybody in my 20s, right? I knew I had a goal. I had something I wanted to do in life, and I knew that being with somebody was not the fastest way to get me there. That person might hold me back. They might tell me I'm spending too much time on set. They might tell me I'm working too late. So I was single throughout my 20s until I was 27.
And then you got
and then I got into a relationship.
And how long did that last?
That lasted like 2 years.
Okay. And why do you feel like it fell apart?
Oh, he just wasn't available.
Got it.
Yeah. But, good guy, really taught me a lot. But I think women should be more selfish in that time. Your prime is not 20 to 25. It's actually it's actually like 27 to 35, because then you as a woman forget what the man needs. Forget what the man needs. You as a woman know who you are. You've lived on your own. You know how you like to decorate. Definitely. You know all these. You've paid bills. You've owned your own place. You know how to. You know.
I think men have a different. Like y'all think a woman's prime is 25 probably. Like if I asked you 25, we would say 30s. Yeah. I would say a woman's prime is in her 30s.
30s?
I'm in my prime right now.
Let me ask you a question. Hold on. Time out. Wait, this is no. I'm not even trying to be the guy that just goes against you for no reason. I beg to differ. Reason why? Just physically, right? In your 30s is not the best time to conceive a child. Just no. You can say whatever you want to say. This new generation, everything, but just off of what science says. As a woman in her 30s is not the best time to conceive, carry, and have a baby.
Science has said a lot.
No, but to be fair, 11-year-olds could have periods and have a child.
What I mean? Like, science has said a lot.
You talking about the best? Look,
I'm saying, I'm just saying, like, as a 30, I'm not saying 30s is not your prime. Yes, maybe mentally, maybe you know how you guys your emotional intelligence. That might be your prime. When we say a prime as a woman is 25, we're talking strictly about just physical attraction to you.
Yes. And I would say this would be true back in the 1902.
So far back.
I have to go that far back because that's when men were being men and that's when women were being women. So prime was 25 for a woman when a man was coming through, going to your parents, making sure you were good, all those things. A man now is coming.
Bro, that happened in the 50s. You didn't have to go all the way to 1902.
I went to 1902. But now you have men who are already married, coming to you in your prime, not under, like, you know what I'm saying, not honoring what society holds true. They're no longer honoring that. And
so right now, you're in your prime. Right now.
Right now in this society, this is prime.
Yeah, that's ChatGPT.
So if I lined you up, and I'm not trying
to... Line me up.
No, listen.
Line me up.
10 girls.
Line me up.
From ages 20 to 25.
They wouldn't hold a candle.
Right?
They wouldn't hold a candle.
I understand that. I'm just going... listen, Queen, I get that. I know who you truly are, so I agree, right? But when I'm just saying, I'm just going off of I'm going off of society.
Physicality?
Yeah, just society. We line up 10 people, 10 women, and you get a high value, successful man in a room, just one. Just one, which is very hard to find. It's top 8% of the world.
That's another topic.
Yeah, doing well, physically attractive, and he has the option to pick out of the 10 girls. You think he's gonna choose you?
Yes.
Hey. I'm not gonna say no or not, but I'm just saying, if I was a high value man and I was walking to the room and it was 10 women, regardless of physicality, I'm gonna go with the youngest. Why? Because I'm gonna, not the youngest, but I'm gonna go with the one that fits me the best, that's a little younger, only because a lot of women that's older carry a lot of baggage.
What is baggage?
Baggage is emotional damage that other men has put them through that now everything I do may trigger. Something may happen. I may not come home at 3 in the morning. I may come at 3:30. What were you doing? Blah, blah, blah. And it's like something that I don't have to deal with a younger person because I'm her first trip down trauma lane. Yeah, no, I'm that serious. It is what it is.
I'm her first trauma.
I'm down her first trauma lane.
But what about this? What if I counter you with, you meet a woman who's a little bit older. She's been through the trauma, right? But then she processed it. So she no longer goes for men who are out at 3 and don't call her the next day till 12. She doesn't go for men who, you know what I'm saying, demean her. She'll go for that guy who's upfront, honest, and just give it all she got because she knows that's the real guy.
But I won't know that off of first sight.
But you can know that off very, very quickly once you start conversating.
The biggest problem is men think what women supposed to do, women think what men supposed to think, right? Like, I'm with men all the time. I know how men think.
Take it easy.
Pause. Look, I'm around men, and I'm a man, right? And the way men, no matter how y'all feel, women feel, because I'm not a female, so I can't judge y'all need to, but I'm just telling you how men.
I am a real nigga.
Right? Men love the closest thing to purity and youth. They don't. When a lot of times men don't want to date a woman that had a kid because I gotta see proof of somebody nutted inside as you walk around.
Right.
It sounds crazy. I can have 30 kids, but I don't want to see you. I don't want to see proof of a nut walking around. It sounds crazy, but
It's true though.
right?
Valid.
Unfortunately.
You can have that. Standards are fine.
But then if you go even the youth is around 25. I want to date anybody seriously at 25. That's just me. But if I want to have, I'm like, oh wow, it's usually the 25-year range. But you go to the club, right? The girls get invited to the sections. The girls get invited to the yachts. The girls will get invited to all the stuff, beauty-wise, because men have access with money. Women have access with beauty.
Yeah.
I didn't make these rules up.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's just what it is. I ain't making these rules up. Like, if I break somebody who don't fit the par, the guy's gonna be like, hey, man, what's she doing here? She has to go buy her own table. She has to go rent her own yacht if she doesn't look the par. But if she has the beauty, she has access. Men with money has access.
It's
Like I said, I didn't make these rules up. They're just the way it is. And you say, oh, girl, my prime is my 30. Let's go to your high school yearbook. Let's pull it up and look at all the girls that was bad back in the day. How do they look right now? Because there are beautiful women that's in their 30s. But let's be real. What is it, 5% that's really looking beautiful?
We need real facts.
No, that's the fact. No, I don't know. I don't know.
That's
I don't know. Look at it. Open your yearbook.
30s though, think about
Your
it.
yearbook.
Just because you look good in your 30s, every girl don't look
Your
good in your
yearbook.
30s.
Your yearbook. Even hold up, 25. How many girls your age that went to high school with you fell off already?
A lot, probably, I would say.
But then you be like, I'm beautiful. So then I'm like, no, it's a small percent. The older you get, but man, after 30, ain't no more if I'm handsome or not. You rich or poor.
Right.
And the women ain't care how I look.
That's a fact.
Rich or poor, no, short, fat, it don't matter. How them pockets look.
Preach.
But I'm saying I didn't make these rules up, but it's just I'm saying this is my reality as
But
being a
you
man
know
that's
what's
seen
crazy?
it.
It works for women too. Like if a woman is not physically attractive in her 30s or whatever, and she has money, it makes her look better. It works. I feel like being successful makes you like you see like
It doesn't work the same way. Women who are successful don't bag men like that.
nah. I seen it.
They might be but they're not women. They're not men that she wants.
Of course not.
Yeah.
But think about it. A successful man. You think all these little bottle girls, not bottle girls, but like girls that come to the tables and stuff like that, waitresses and different models. You think he really wants her? He doesn't really want them either.
What does he want?
He just wants attention. He just wants to have the lure of women around him. That's a part, as a man, that's a part of a successful, like in a successful tree, that's a branch. Oh, he has women around. He has beautiful women around.
It's wallpaper.
Yeah, it's like you have that. It's like access. Like that's the worst to be like successful and you don't have women around. That's like a thing.
It's interesting because I've been in some circles with men where sexual discipline has been a sign of, you know,
Like something value.
Yeah.
Yeah. For
men
sure.
who are actually.
But I'm not saying we gonna have
reserved.
sex with these girls. I'm just saying have them around.
But I'm just saying, I've been places where it's like actually the reserved part of a man and him not being so, you know, just falling over women.
But that why you got to interpret as me just because we want women around as successful men, we falling over them. It's like if you bought a house, you want furniture, right? I'm just saying.
You get one couch and you put it in there for 10 years.
Yeah. But what I'm saying is, all I'm talking about, I'm not talking about in personal spaces. I'm talking about, like you said, the boats. I'm talking about the club. I'm talking about in public spaces. Yes. Like last night we went out. And because he's chef and everyone loves chef, we had a table full of men. And I was highly uncomfortable. Yeah. Because it's like, I don't want to be out sitting around 40 men.
Well, hold up,
but
besides
if we had
that,
30 women, I'm like, okay, I'm comfortable now.
Hold up. Let's see reality, because I'm who I am. Mm-hmm. We had some people I haven't seen in a while came to the section and said, and the dude had pulled him to the side. I'm like, yo, why chef have all these big girls over here? It made me look bad. But these are people I'm cool with, but it's like, it gave me an example, like, hey, I thought you was the guy, because if you was the guy with the money and the power, you would have the entourage around you look beautiful.
Right.
The guy who's asking you that, though, does he have the money and the power?
Yes,
he's the owner of the club. He's the owner of the club.
He has nothing but beautiful women around him.
Yeah, he was the owner of the club. And he was like, bro, what's up with this? He's like, why you got these fat girls? I said, bro, I'm just here. I'm just here. You know?
No, but that's why I say, like, I didn't make these rules up, but, like, you know, beauty gives women access.
You know what's the frustrating part, though, I'll be honest with you? Is that, like he said, he keeps saying that, and it's so true. We didn't make these rules up. you know, life playing in his life as a black man, trying to figure this out, starting from not even the start line, but before the start line, trying to figure this out and just get to a level of success. You gotta navigate so many different like rules, you know, and like you don't even know these things exist because the first thing you try and do is just make some money and survive and pay rent and eat and things like that. And then you start getting like, okay, I'm pretty good at doing that part. Now I'm making money. Now I got the cars. So like, how do I navigate that now?
Yeah.
You know, now you got all these random people coming to hang out with you. Like, oh, are these my friends? You know, like you trying to figure it out. And you're like, okay, now you get to that part like, okay, they're not my friends. They just trying to use me. Then you get to the girls and you're like, okay, girls like me now. You know, it's just like stages. You got to keep going through. Like you said, you don't make the rules, but then you get to a part when you finally like beat the game, you know, and you understand like I need to utilize all these things. I need to utilize the women. I need to utilize the people that's around. I need to utilize the club owners. And it makes you look like this quote-unquote asshole, a person that don't have no attachment to women or attachment to men, but you have to do this in order to remain successful. Unfortunately, when you're in certain lifestyles and you move a certain way.
So
I'm happy that you said certain lifestyles.
Yeah, certain lifestyles.
So I'm saying that, right? It's kind of crazy of what you saying, how the beautiful, right? And even colorism, right? For females, I don't know, you females, you know, we have two different complexions here, so you guys can speak on it. But one of the biggest things, so it's like, I don't know, I love black women.
Right.
That's just me.
We can tell.
Yes. But I love black women, right? So you don't really see me you probably never see me like date anybody outside of black, right? Maybe a mixed black girl, but that's just always been my thing. People always like, yo, Chef, why you got no foreign? Right? A foreign is like, it's like a car. It's like, you can have a foreign, you can have something like exotic. You know, you have an exotic girl, you know, a Spanish girl, a Russian girl, like, yo, what's Italian, like, what's up? And it's kind of weird. So, like, they put that on a bigger pedestal. And I have a lot of black homies that don't date black women. They're like, I don't know black here around here. You know what I mean? Just, you laugh because you know it's real. They say these things.
No, 100%.
And, you know, but I don't know, it's kind of weird in the world. Like, what's y'all experience on that? That, you know? Let's talk on both sides.
Do you feel? Yeah, I was gonna ask you. Do you feel like being, like you said, a brown girl earlier? Do you feel like you get looked at or as much attention as maybe somebody like her complexion or somebody lighter? Or do you experience that type of stuff?
Not even attention. At a certain point, it's just like harassment. I've just been told I couldn't stay places because I was black. I've been told we don't want dark meat here.
What?
And these from black folks too?
Yeah.
Somebody told you we don't want dark meat? That's crazy.
Wow. That happened at the Games House. It was like all on TMZ and everything when it happened.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So, I mean, and it's, you know.
But how does that, like, how do you navigate that? And
well, I realize that that's not a space where I'm honored, and that's not a space I'm going to look for validation in, right? Like, those are not people that I'm looking to think that I'm valid.
Right.
People clearly have a lack of whatever in their life. So this is not a space I need to look for validation in. And that happened early on living in LA. And so now to become the woman that I am and see that you do not need that validation from anybody but yourself.
But that's what I want to ask you. How did you come to that conclusion?
Oh, my mother has always been a beautiful woman in my life.
Okay.
And I've always looked up to my mother, and she was always beautiful. I actually grew up in a town where I was only one of 5 black children.
What town was that?
It's a small town in New Jersey, very small. If I say the name, y'all gonna be like, what? And so I got a lot of teaching from there. Like, I already knew that how the world viewed me from a young age, because I grew up in a town where I was not the quote-unquote, you know, standard of beauty. So
Gotcha.
I found my own sense of pride and beauty in myself and in my family, and that was enough for me to go on in life. I didn't need men or women to tell me that I was beautiful. I already knew that. Like, so I knew that these are not my spaces.
Gotcha.
And then those people are not in the rooms when you're winning Emmys, you know?
So 100%. So let me ask you a question. Why would you, if you knew they're not your spaces, why would you even put yourself in those spaces?
Well, that's what I was saying. I was younger, so I was going around with people. And they're like, oh, we're going here, we're going there, we're going to this place or that place. And I'm like, okay, I'm just tagging along, but realizing I don't have the same privilege to just go places, right? I have to be more selective about where I go because I open myself up to criticism and racism and all this kind of stuff when I go out. And if my friends don't understand that, I also don't want to be friends with them. If I tell you that this happens as a woman and you're like, no, it doesn't, girl, come out with me, I can't really be friends with you because
she's on point.
You
that's crazy. It's like we never like we won't experience that, you know, because we're men, we're black, like, you know what I mean? It's like, and but we're around, you know, we've been around friends who say they don't date no black girls.
Yeah, for sure.
Black men,
Yeah,
black
yeah.
successful men. It's like it's
Yeah.
you know it's
Yeah.
crazy. So, you on the other side, did you know that exists? Do you know that happens? Be honest.
It definitely, I feel like it definitely happens. I've heard some crazy stuff. Yeah, there is sometimes you can see the favorism.
Do you
Just
have to select your friends if you want to go to a certain place? Do you have to like, all right, I got to make sure I can bring so and so because they won't allow so and so in?
No, I've never. So most of my friends are black, and so I've never, because I do want to honor them, and they're such great friends to me. I wouldn't even want to be in a place where I'm like, okay, they're gonna choose me, but they're not gonna choose her, because not only is they're gonna make her uncomfortable, it's gonna make me uncomfortable.
For sure.
So honestly, as that wouldn't be a place I want to be in. I don't care who it's been with, and you know we've been invited, especially being in Houston, to NBA parties, whatever. So it's just not a situation you want to be in. But I do know it definitely exists.
It's deep.
Definitely exists.
It's deep.
Yeah,
It's
it's
just
rough.
uncomfortable on both parts.
But it's for men too, though. Like one of my homies, he's darker than me, and we go places and he gets treated.
That guy. I never see that. You see a darker guy?
Yeah, I see it all the time.
But
Like
I wanna hear
even
about
if
that.
you're doing even when you're younger or when you trying to like line up females and it's like, oh, let me see your friend. And you show,
He
you
must
show
not
a
got no
darker
bread.
friend. They like, no, I'm cool. Like,
Nah,
you know,
if he had bread, it'd be different though.
yeah, if he had money, of
Yeah,
course they don't
yeah.
care. But like sometimes when
But female, it don't matter if they have money or not.
it don't matter.
All right, that's what we saying. Like it's like as dark the female is like, hey, you can't come here because I have $1 million in my bank account. I don't care.
Right.
Save me. Let me know I can't come in. I'll go right home.
That's deep though. Like, you know what I mean? It's like I kind of knew it was out there, but I didn't know it was that deep. Right. And like, you know, because let's say people they talk about me, oh, Chef, you don't got no foreigns. You know what I mean? It's like saying I get to a level of success yet. I remember this when I was first coming up, I had this older white guy, man. He was like a coach. And he's like, yo, like, when you walk in the room, man, you supposed to have a girl like look like a style, like a model next to you, because you know who you are. And I'm like, I didn't understand what he was getting because, you know, she was a hood chick, you know, but I don't know, you know, I like where I come from. I love black women. But she was, I don't know, she was a little bit hood though. And she really little tattoos everywhere, you know, but now I see what he's saying because, like, your female is like a car. Because kind of car you pull up in, kind of watch you got on, a man gonna size you up and see what level of success you at. And
But it's up to you, like she was saying, it's up to you to see, to deep down know in your heart if you care about that or not.
Yeah.
Because people gonna do these things, but just because they do them doesn't mean you care.
Well,
You know what I'm saying?
well-
But if you keep going back to the same house every night trying to get in, knowing that that's what they value, that's when I'm like, oh, sis,
well,
come on.
you know, but let me go talk about emotion, right? We changed the topic of emotion, right? There's some guys who don't have any action or emotion, but man, I know so-and-so's at Harden House, he can get me in. He get denied today, but tomorrow he's like, oh, he get me in tomorrow. So he'll come back the next day because he don't have no emotion. But, you know, a person with emotion of their own ain't worried about how I'm going to go where I'm at, everybody going to come to me.
Right.
Right? So it's like, so something like, it's probably like, you know, I think these males be bigger groupies than fucking females.
Bro, come on.
Hey,
Oh,
let's talk
That's
about it.
a whole nother
Let's
vibe,
talk
yeah.
about it.
You know, like, oh, so look, you see it because you're in a club, right?
Oh my gosh, I say it
How
all
many
the time.
times you see a guy walk up to somebody's section, give him a 5, and stay in the section?
So I've definitely seen, like, let's say like the bigger bottles they pop. So usually like females, if you pop like a ace of spades, the females will come. But you'd be surprised how much males will come, or you'd be surprised honestly when it comes to the bill.
Yeah. No, you all can tell. So how can you tell if dude really got it? Like, is it because of the bill?
They don't argue. I've had people argue with a $200 bottle.
Yeah.
So the less they argue, the people who got
Chef
it
owe
are
me
the
$200.
most.
Let's put that out there.
No, the people who the
I'm
people who
joking.
got it are the most chillest. Like, I'm not saying you could still look at the tab and be like, hold up, they're charging me, right? But the people who got it are the most chillest, and don't argue. They're the most laid back. Honestly, I feel like the people who front anything, can I speak to the manager? This ain't right. What is this you're charging me? They're the ones that talk the most. So the people who got it are the
But
most.
you know
honest.
what? I don't know. Like I ain't never argue about a bill.
Yeah.
But I do know people who have more money than me, who I've got hard money loans from in the past, argued about a wire fee, $15 wire fee.
I could see where they're like, what is
So
this?
it's like maybe they're being
They being frugal.
Frugal. You know.
I seen a video where Tyler Perry, he's a billionaire. He was mad about they were trying to charge him like $15 for water in his room, and he was like, "I refuse," and he made a whole big thing about it. So
But there's a difference between. There could be sometimes where honestly, like they could charge you $30 for ice. Okay, what's that? But there's a difference between the price is the price. I'm just a messenger versus okay, you know what I mean. I'm looking. You could be smart about your bill. Cool, I'll pay it. But there's people who the price is the price, and they'll argue with you, and I can't. You know what I mean? I don't I don't do the rules.
Yeah.
Yeah, but can you tell before the bill if a guy got it or not? You know, it's one of those things that sometimes
honestly you can't tell. There be the quiet ones like will tip you the most, or it could be the ones with the chains, the designer, all that, and
the bill won't go. The car won't go through.
Car will decline, decline. Or, you know, they're asking to split it 15 ways between, like,
you should stay home.
It, honestly, especially, like, being in Houston, a lot of people.
I'm going to give you a Houston story.
Okay.
What's your Houston story?
I'm a Houston story.
Cheers.
I'm going to give you a Houston story, right? So, look.
Let's go.
I went with Falcon.
Okay.
So, the whole night, right?
Everything's I'm involved.
Yeah, look, the whole night. So we gonna go in Houston. We gonna do it, and we were like, you know what? Every man has to pay. I don't want to see a guy in the section who's not putting on the bill.
Right.
Cause you guys want to do that. I can't bring my friend and go point. Well, okay, cool.
I feel like it's fair enough, right?
How much time? Fair. How much lead time did you?
We told him a day before.
A day before.
And I said this: if I bring a friend, and if he doesn't have it, I'm going to cover his portion.
Right.
We're not going to divvy down 6 instead of 7 people. No, keep it at 7 people and divvy it up.
Everybody agreed. We was in a group chat. Everybody agreed. Everybody was like, all right, cool. Every man pays for himself, and if you bring somebody that don't have the money, you gotta cover them.
Especially being a bottle girl, y'all want your bottles out. Y'all gotta have the money
right
now. So you know what I mean. So we have to be quick.
So you know what? We're there, and I text everybody in the group 7 men, 7 ways. Okay, Chef, we're using your card. Cool, right? Okay. Get my card, I pay. Actually, my card got declined. I always get the fucking fraud check.
Okay,
and the shit about it is my fraud check goes to a phone I never carry with me. Right? The whole press yes thing. Yeah. I don't ever have the phone like fuck. So I cash app the server. Cool. We said Dome. Cash app her. Right? I'm like, all right, cool. That's $7,500 a piece or $471 a piece.
I said mine. That's all I'm gonna say.
And that's another real one.
I think.
I said it quick. I said don't think about it.
I think you got $21 left on the bill.
Come on, man.
So anyway, look.
I hate odd numbers, so I sent it $450.
I
sent it right away.
So anyway,
could have sent $480.
So hold on. Let me tell you how the night went. We popped a lot of bottles. We had Dome. We going crazy. Azul. We do everything. We had the most bottles at the club, right? We did 15 bottles that night. And the niggas, you know, some people in the group, they got their names coming up. Oh, Chef, you and Picasso gonna have your name once. Then we gonna have our name. I'm like, all right, cool. You know, at the same time, I paid the bill. I gotta figure out tomorrow. I gotta pull from people, and then people say, hold up, I ain't drink that much. Hold up, I ain't. You know, now I'm getting this whole sob stories. But however, look, I'm gonna tell you how the night went. Afterwards, we all go to the suite. You know, one dude, he kind of borrowed money from me the day before. Okay, he needed it for whatever reason. And then now he still owes me. So he's like $1,000 in with me, right? So now we there, this girl, she even kind of liked me.
This is crazy.
She liked me, right?
Tell his story, Chef.
And then, look, the girl likes me. That's all right, come on, let's go upstairs. He says, no, you stay right here. You're not going with Chef. He didn't pay no bill or nothing. He ended up sleeping with the girl.
Hold on, let me make this clear. The guy asked Chef the day before for money for something totally different. Chef gives him money. The day of, he owes Chef the $471 for the bottles that we just popped. Chef, we all get to the room, the suite. He has these 2 girls. He's already dealing with one. The girl that's just sitting there left over, Chef, she's liking Chef. So Chef's like, all right, cool. Like, everyone has a girl. She's the left one. I'll take, cool. Let me go. They go to leave the room. And bro who owed everybody money was like, no, you sit down. You can't go with Chef. He cop blocked the whole situation, and you owe this man money.
No,
So go ahead, continue.
No, and then he sleep with everything, cool. I'm like, all right, I'm not worried about nothing. You know what I mean? The next, cool. The whole trip, I ain't mess with nobody. I'll be cool. I spend the most money everybody, and I ain't get no girls. You know what I mean? It be like that.
Sometimes.
Because I'm the type of person, I don't be approaching women.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like I don't
I like
attack.
you.
I don't.
Like who like him.
I like who like me. You know what I mean? It's whatever. But he still ain't paying me, and
Till this day?
no, hold up. Then later on, I'm texting him, like, yo.
So he texts the group chat.
Yeah.
He comes to Vegas to see me
It's
now.
too- it's-
This
it's
is like a
a
week
week.
later, right?
Yeah.
It's like a week later. Vegas Chef is like, yo, Picasso, I'm about to come to Vegas. Blah blah. Blah. I set up the room for him. I get him right. He's like, bro, and just joking because Chef is like to joke. He said in a group chat, he says, oh, it would be nice to have my money that I'm owed from Houston because I'm going to Vegas. I need some pocket change, right? He, knowing that he's the only one that owed money left. And
No,
like, maybe-
there was one other person.
it's somebody else owed the money, but he's main
I
one.
still get money for the other person either.
Oh, Toke. Yeah.
Oh, you
So
did
I'm gonna
name
say, I'm
drop.
gonna give a fuck. I'm gonna name drop.
She probably know you know the name. You know those people, huh?
I don't give a fuck. You owe money, you gotta pay. At the end of the day, people didn't pay, so he got sensitive.
Yeah.
When he put him in a group chat, he's like, man, you could have texted me this directly. You didn't have to put this in the group chat, blah blah blah. And and Chef just being funny, man. He didn't really care, So man, now this man, I guess he out drinking. He writing in a group chat. He sending us threats. Me and Chef, and he throws me in it. He's like, you
No,
and
it was
Falcon.
it was 2 weeks later actually. It was 2 weeks
Yeah,
afterwards.
it was like 2 weeks. He's like, you and Falcon can't come back to Houston. And I'm looking like, what did I do? First of all, and second of all, like, man, it's a crazy thing when someone owe you money, how fast they turn into your enemy because they owe you money. It's like if you gave me $30 and then like a week later you're like, hey, Picasso, you got that 30? I'm like, man, you serious? Over $30? You pressing me? And it's like, I'll turn this into an argument just because I don't want to give you no money.
That's why I don't loan people money that I don't.
But it wasn't a loan. I just paid the bill.
It was a split.
Yeah, right.
That's
It wasn't a
different.
loan.
It was a split.
Exactly.
But
But I
the
mean,
thing about
like,
it is, I saved the embarrassment from everybody. I don't
Stop
want to.
saving these niggas
No,
from
but
embarrassment.
I don't want to be like, hey, everybody, give me some money.
No,
And
I
yet
get it.
now the bottle girl's waiting for the bill to get paid. Hey, Falcon, can you cash out me the 471 real quick? Everybody send me the money so I can pay the
Yeah,
bill.
you gotta
Yeah,
know
we
who
can't.
you're
Only
going
one credit
out
card,
with.
one ID. We can't split.
But y'all don't have
Everybody
time for it to be late. I'm like, yo, here's the
All
bill.
my tables got sat at the same time. Everybody
You
want their
have-
bottles.
Yeah.
You also have to be with people who you know that respect you. And
But I
respect
did. I ain't
You
know
know
that.
what I mean? Because like I
I
had a
ain't-
birthday party and we went to dinner. We went to Tao. Girls love to order up.
Right.
We love to act like some drug dealers when we're out by ourselves and no men are around. And I texted everybody and said, bring $300 cash.
Okay.
No Zelle, no Venmo, no Cash App, no cash. Everybody bought $300 cash and we paid the bill and we left. So it's like you have to be around real
You
ones
do.
who you can trust, who you know
But
have your back.
sometimes you
who's
don't
not
know.
trying to-
Sometimes you don't know until
No,
it's
you
that
know.
time.
You
No,
know.
No,
you
we don't.
don't.
No, it's
You know
guys
what?
you don't know
I'm
until
gonna
that
be honest,
time.
Queen. Sometimes you don't know. Because they be like, yeah, because we did I feel like he did his due diligence. He put in the
I
group
guess.
chat. It was a week later before we even got to Houston. We told everybody was like,
And
yeah,
why,
let's
why
do it.
don't y'all know? Do these men?
That's what I'm saying.
Do they
Look,
portray they got
yeah,
it, and
that's
you
what
think
I'm
you
saying.
Yesterday we went out. I still got all the money from the table of the day party.
Okay.
I told him, Chef, we go, all right, this the bill. We gonna split it. These dudes walk around like they got more money. You see they flex like, yo, I got more money than Chef. That's their
Then
pickup
let
line.
them walk out and let them pay the bill.
That's
No,
crazy.
but it wasn't. The
Well,
bill
hey,
was
the
paid
bill's
earlier.
prepaid.
It was
Hey,
prepaid.
Like,
But
find a way
it's-
to clown them and
It
make
was
us seem
prepaid.
mockery.
So I send the bill. I send the bill to the guy.
But the thing with Chef, I realized he don't have that type of bone in his body. Like me, I got it. You got,
got
it.
it.
I got that petty bone. Like I'm like, oh no, I'm gonna make this look.
Because
I'm gonna make
I
you.
got it from them. Like
Chef is more like, man, he don't let stuff, like he has such a calm manner about himself. He don't let nothing get him too hot. He don't
Yeah.
nothing get him too
Which is
cold.
nice.
He
Like,
stays
yeah.
neutral. So it's
I
like,
got too much.
when you stay neutral, when your whole identity is to stay neutral, you can't pick and choose when you get hot. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like,
And talking about that, you know what I said I'm gonna start doing for the next level of my life? What I'm gonna do? I gotta take him on a ride. Go drive. I want to see you drive.
yeah.
I want to see if you got road rage.
Yeah. Facts.
You got road rage?
Would it be a good thing or a
Not
bad
really.
thing?
In Houston, I don't.
It's a bad thing.
Yeah, road rage is terrible.
No, because
You
why
have
you
no
let us?
control of your
go
emotions and
crazy
you
over
driving
road
and you
rage.
that mad about another person cutting in front of you. Like, that's ridiculous.
Then you start seeing the type of person it is. I never been with somebody and they curse about every little thing. What the fuck? You move. What the fuck? Everything. They drive too slow. You come like, man, just relax.
Yeah.
You think you're a perfect driver? You think you never like turn without turning the blanker?
No signal,
It's I mean, just like relax. Life is easy, relax, calm. I'm not doing that. But those are certain signs. I think there's a sign in the road rage.
Yeah. Yeah, road rage is a big. I feel like same thing with women. You guys gotta start looking at little stuff before the big stuff happens. Before he cheats on you, before he lies to you, before he does all this weird stuff.
Definitely.
There's little red flags you can see.
Ooh.
Like it's just small disciplines, right? If he told you on the first date, like, yeah, this month I'm gonna start focusing on my health. I'm gonna start doing this. I'm not eating this. And then like a week later, as y'all dating, he's eating and stuff. He's like, this guy's lying to himself.
Yeah.
So you think he's not gonna lie to you? You think he's not gonna tell you, hey, I'm going to hang out with the fellas, but really go lay out with a side chick and do something? So it's just little stuff like that. So that's what he's meaning by like road rage. It's like, that's a good idea. If you're gonna do business with a man, like I can't do business with Chef if he getting in the car and he's all yelling at. I'm like, bro, you can't handle stuff when stuff get heightened or you're stressed. The way you handle stress is crazy.
Yeah.
So when we doing business and something happen or some invoice don't get paid or something you're gonna handle it the same way. So it's like you can't be mad. That's what I'm saying. A lot of women, I can't feel sorry for them when they get caught up in situations like even what's going on with this whole Cassie and Diddy thing. It's like, come on, man. I'm sure before this, you did your first freak off.
Outside of the Cassie and Diddy thing, women are never raised to be on the defense. I was not raised as a young woman, as a young girl to be on the defense. I was raised that my man would come. I was supposed to be prepared for him, keep myself, cook, clean, I was never taught that I would have to go out here and fight these men to make sure who's not married, who's doing this, I was told that my king would come to me. I didn't know I would have to literally battle with men.
Is this the 1902 again?
You see what I'm saying?
I don't know what
I was raised that I would go to college, I would get my degree, I would work my job, I would be able to take care, and my man would come. Like that. So when men would come to me and not be on that, I had no idea that that's even what they were doing. You could have asked me that, and I would have been like, no, they were just busy.
The internet happened.
And really believe it because I thought a man would tell me the truth.
And you're not wrong for that, but like he said, the internet happened.
The internet, you know what?
No, the internet did not happen. My dad, I have a sister who's 3 months younger than me. Okay.
You know what?
Hold on. And I'm 34.
No. Besides that, no,
this
man.
Is 1989.
No.
So he cheated on your mom?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's small stuff, but I'm talking besides that. That's small stuff. Niggas is fucking.
That's huge.
That's huge, right? Like, I have a sister that's 3 months younger than me.
That's huge. That's huge.
It's normal.
But there was no Instagram. There was no nothing. So y'all didn't need Instagram to be out here making
He got somebody around the corner by his work job or something like that. That was different. He probably got somebody pregnant, going to the train station by the job.
Y'all sell the dream. This is.
No, I'm talking about selling the dream. It's about how you met her.
Sell the dream. Told my mother I want to be with you. He
probably did want to be with her.
We need a whole other podcast.
He probably did want to be with her and all that.
Jules the highlight that he deserves for the play that he put down.
His name is Jules?
His name is, that's what I.
He has some selfish moments. He's probably a really good dude.
He had selfish decades. What are you talking about?
It's cool. It's not me.
Centuries.
But look.
He's engaged right now to somebody for 6 years. I'm like on the phone with her, like, girl, like I don't even want to tell her to run because like if you at your big age are engaged to a man for 6 years.
The internet happened because, look, see, I'm the oldest one out of y'all bunch, right? I just remember growing up, there'll be somebody in the complex, somebody in the block that you have never seen before, and it'll be months later, be like, who the hell is that? There's no internet. So you couldn't now I can see somebody in Brazil, be like, yo, what up? Let me come holler at,
Right.
Y'all didn't need long distance to.
But look, you would have to. If you ain't had
walk over was enough.
If you ain't have her phone number, you would be like, I wonder if she's gonna go to the corner store around this time. Cause I seen her at the corner store around this time.
And I'm gonna make sure
you have to. But you have to do that. You know what I mean? It wasn't like it's now it's a slide of the DM. Now it's like it's a wrap.
Now it's much more easier. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, but then you'll see somebody you was never going to cross paths with in this world, ever.
Right.
But now you cross paths with them, and it's like now the wife at home got more competition. with a swipe of the phone.
So does the men. The men at home do too.
Thank you, Falcon.
Not really.
Nah,
I'm
they
not
do.
the only one trying to be the only
Hold
one.
up.
Nah,
Hold
the
up.
women, man, women are more devious.
Hold up.
See, we just sloppy with it, but women will do it and keep it stay home.
Keep it cute, keep it
Keep
on
it
mute.
cute. Yeah, they'll
But
still do it.
let's look at the facts though,
We
Fal.
just do it. We crash and burn it. You
Crash
know?
out.
Yeah, we'll do it. Y'all have a baby, do all this extra shit
So-
outside the family. Where
Wave a
women will go do,
flag.
you know,
So the women, do y'all
just like
want?
that situation you had. You know, a long time ago, that girl that you said, oh, she would come and she only hit you up when she on her way to work or something, or on her way to the store or something like that. Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It was like you knew she had a situation because the only time you hit me up is when you en route to a store. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it's like women are strategic. You know what I mean with that type of shit. So.
But all right, so women, do y'all rather your man be brutally honest, or not? You know, brutally honest or beautiful lies?
Brutally honest.
Yeah.
Brutally honest.
Brutally honest down
Always.
to the bone.
I feel like y'all all say that,
Don't
but
give
then
me the surface brutally
No,
honest.
no.
Go down into why you are doing.
All right,
what
I'm gonna be
you're doing.
beauty
I'm not. No, but I'm
And
not.
give me the reasons why
I
you
can't.
do
I'm
what
not.
you do.
No.
Why do I
That's
need to
it.
get down to the bare bones of why you do
We're
what
not
you do.
doing. No, because not.
Why
Not.
though? Now
not
you just
I
trying
feel,
to analyze
yeah.
No, because I need to know where it comes from.
But you're not. But that doesn't.
Yeah.
That's when I say brutally. When he asking brutally honest, it's like brutally honest as far as what am I doing, and will it affect you?
And it will, because if you're not brutally honest with me down to the bone of why you do this, and you just say, oh, I just like other women. Okay, that may mean you like other women like me, successful, educated, you know, emotionally
Ain't nobody trying to
intelligent.
explain themselves.
I was about to say, I
But-
don't want a
well,
man
see-
to be like, oh, my dad wasn't in my life, so that's why I'm dating 3 women. Like, you know what
No.
I mean? Like,
Because you wanna have your-
No, because
you
all
need to know
I'm
why a
hearing
man
is you're dating
Try-
3
let
women,
me-
and I'm not going to
No.
go for it. That's all I'm
But
hearing.
you're not gonna go for it, but somebody else will.
Exactly, so that's the thing. What you let happen, you know what I
But-
mean?
but-
Like,
but
someone
somebody
else
else-
might or might not.
But somebody
I
else
might not.
will.
Right.
But
Like,
then
I
I
got a
think-
pink bucket hat on right now. I'm just letting y'all know that. It's mid podcast. Y'all need to know. But
Hey.
listen,
You know what's crazy? All right, so like I look at this stuff like, look, like the Offset Cardi B, right?
Mhm.
Offset, he wasn't brutally honest. She left Offset, right?
She got
Because
me-
he was cheating, but left with a nigga who's digging down everybody.
no, but that's not because she didn't leave because he was cheating. She left because he was humiliating her
Yeah,
Yeah.
publicly.
and we made
She
vows.
did not give a fuck. She was an ex-stripper. She was in the streets. She's from the Bronx. She did not give a fuck he was, and she knew her nigga is lit. She did not care that he was cheating. She cared that all the chicks that he was cheating with
He put them in
was
place.
sliding her DMs like, I fucked your man, doing all this, going to the blog.
Which was
Like,
back to
my man, like,
why.
you don't have no control over your bitches?
And that's back to my why are you cheating,
Oh, yeah.
right? Are you
Yeah,
just
like,
doing
have
it to
control.
be
Get
part
your
of the
bitches in
lifestyle?
order, like, you know what I'm
Are you
saying?
So she
doing
go with
it
a better
to want
player.
Many
Yeah,
women
she
who
went
are
exactly.
successful?
That's what she
Okay.
did. She went with a
you're doing
better
it 'cause
player.
you just- you-
And she was like, my thing
so
is,
then
she's
we'll
like,
let
Cardi
those
probably
type of
like,
women
if I'm gonna deal
But
with
to your
somebody
point,
cheating on
too,
me, I'm gonna
would
get
you
the
say
best
that?
nigga out. You know what I mean? Stephon Diggs looks better, no homo. He makes more money. You know what I'm saying? So
He a better player.
better player.
And when
Brutally
you know,
honest.
when you've studied for the test already and you know what you're going in for, it's a lot different than.
You know what it boils down to? I'm gonna be 100% with you. With Offset, she felt disgusted to be cheated on by him. With Stephon Diggs, she felt honored to be with him.
No, that is not it.
I guarantee
that is
you.
not it.
No, 100%. Bro, she's happy to be
married-
with Stephon
You're
Diggs.
forgetting she married Offset.
She married
She
Offset.
married. She walked down the aisle. She had 3 children
What does
by
that mean?
him.
No,
she
no.
kept herself
No,
with
that-
him.
he
what does that
married
mean for
her.
you?
He married her.
Right.
Married each other.
Whatever
No, he
they
married
did.
her.
Let me ask
They
you-
made
let me-
vows to
baby
each
girl,
other
let me tell you
to
something.
not
Let me tell you
do
something.
these
Let me tell you
things.
something. Let me tell you something.
She's
Let me
not
tell you
married to Stefan.
No, I know, but listen, let me tell you something. Just to give you some background, right? Offset was Offset before Cardi B was
Yes,
Cardi
he
B,
was.
right? Offset was paying Cardi B studio time so she could actually get her little rocks off and start rapping. He was helping her write. He was giving her how to teach her how to rap and
Thank you.
ad-libs and give her the game, right?
Thank
So for the situation with that situation, the reason why I never was ever going to be anything is because forever, no matter what Cardi B did, and this is what Offset fucked up. No matter what Cardi B did and became, he always looked at her as a little chick from the Bronx that he was helping.
This goes back to what I asked you
Earlier,
earlier.
exactly.
Do you need a woman to be where she's going to be
100%.
at already?
But no, that's
Or
why I say
can
this
she
is what
build-
Offset-
Can she become bigger?
But that's why I say
with
this is
you?
what Offset fucked up. He should have seen her for who she is. But then, you know, the thing is, it's an ego thing. It's like, yo, I've been Offset. I put you on. You know what I'm saying? I got you the records with, you know, I got you on that motorsport record when Nicki Minaj didn't even want you on there. You know, and I got you on there. It's like a lot of little things that he would do for her to push her career. So then he felt entitled to be like, you know what? I can cheat on you. I can do what I want. Like,
Yeah, I can
because
break you down as well.
I could do whatever I want. Yeah, like you here because of me. That's how he looked at it. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I say he fucked up, because now she just went out and now she with somebody who's doing whatever he wants anyway.
I feel like most women don't like someone who throws it in your face.
Yeah,
And
I
that's
agree. You should.
different. It's like, you could put me on, but you're throwing it in my face constantly.
Yeah.
That's not a real man.
No, that's not a real
where
man.
she
Yeah.
probably
That's
was
not a real
like,
man.
all right,
A
you're
man
throwing
will-
it in my face.
A man who puts you on will never talk about it again.
Ever.
I did. I've made mistakes. I was married twice. The biggest mistake I made when I was married is if I said the obvious. I pay the bills. I do this. I do that. I should never, in an argument, I should never brought that up.
Right.
I didn't have to say what I paid, what I did. Because you know what I know.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's like, now in the future, what I do for you, you feel uncomfortable when you do it. Now we argued about it. Now 6 months later, I want to buy you something. It's like, nah, don't do it because she felt I'm gonna throw it in her face.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's like, but I say now I'm 42 years old. I learned a lot. I learned myself. You know what I mean? I'm happy where I'm at. You know, people. I've been married twice. I tried the married thing. You know, it's crazy. Like I was married when everybody else was running the streets.
Where your wives at now?
Why? I'm not married.
No, I'm saying, did they remarry or what happened with them?
How can you top me after me?
Hey, listen, I love it. I love how you
How
talk.
you
I
go?
love when shit pop it. I love it.
All right, let me tell you.
Of course you would drive down to see me.
Look, one of my wives got married after me, and the dude left her because she kept talking about me.
Yeah, of course.
All right, I'm gonna tell y'all a secret, ladies. One of the biggest get backs you can do for your ex is get with somebody better than your ex. That shit hurt,
That was always the trajectory.
but it hurt. But I know I'm rare to beat. I know I'm rare to beat. It's statistically. I'm talking about on paper, statistically, I'm winning in life, and it's hard to, you know, I got a 4.0 in life right now. It's kind of hard to beat that. You know what I mean? I don't know. So, you know, just you gotta go find somebody, you know, in a 0.001%.
But it's all about perspective as far as like beating you. You know, like, you know, somebody, you might have the money, you might have sex, might be great, you might be doing everything in those categories, but what she really wanted was somebody who just loves her.
But that's winning. I don't give a fuck. That's winning in life. That's winning in life. Why do you think I got more money in the strip club? I'm throwing more money because I'm fucking beating y'all motherfuckers. All right? Because I figured life out better than you. I figured this game of life out better than you. I figured the game of life better than you, and I'm winning. It's competition.
It is.
Who's on the track? Who's on the track and running faster?
Listen,
I figured something
I'm
out.
just giving you a different perspective.
I'm
That's
just
all.
saying.
I'm not saying
so
you're wrong.
if he's not doing that,
Right.
But that's where y'all are more logical. Women are more emotional.
You mean
sometimes
emotional?
Women might go for the guy who doesn't have that much money, who might
No,
be
my
less
guy
than you
will have
and
the money.
happy as hell.
He will have the money. He will have the emotional intelligence. He will have it all.
look,
Yeah.
all right,
He will have
look.
everything.
I'm just saying. When I walk past you and my ex, and the STK is closed, and I tell the owner, open that shit up, come and eat with me and my shorty, just us alone in the restaurant, and you outside. I mean, I can't get in. Go ahead, I got the power.
I would have never picked that man.
I'm just saying.
Your eyes looking watery. You gonna cry over there?
I would have never picked that man.
Yeah.
How do you? What's your experience with broke men? Dating broke
I
men?
don't have any experience.
You know?
I don't have any experience.
I don't.
Why? They don't like you?
Because my mother she got her degree after being in this country as an immigrant, learning how to speak English.
Wait, where you from? Where's you from?
Haiti. Both my parents are from
Haiti.
Haiti. And today's Haitian Flag Day too. So big ups. So my mother came here at 16, finished high school, learned how to speak English, got her degree in nursing, worked. So there was no room.
Right.
She never brought a brokey home. She never, I don't know. I didn't. Yeah.
Well,
Even you, none of you know you never dated somebody that had less than.
I'll be honest, when I was 18, that was like my first boyfriend, because I was telling you I grew up in a town with not a lot of black people. So my first boyfriend was at 18.
Was he black or
He
white?
was black.
Oh, okay.
And I was just excited to be in a relationship.
Yeah, but that don't count. 18, y'all both young.
So
You can't expect him to be rich.
Right.
Yeah.
So the next relationship was 27, and everybody from then
was good.
How about you?
So for me,
Amazing.
so my father was a great role model in my life. So every, Valentine's, every birthday, flowers, gifts. So as a woman, when I'm dating men, though, I'm not gonna, if you're not giving me this stuff, for my, mindset, it was like, my father would have given me flowers, and you're not giving me flowers. That's kind of fucked up. I'm gonna drop you. So that was my mindset, for sure. So my father definitely set the standard. This is how you should be treated. My father, so the first time I went to Europe, my dad paid for my trip.
Okay, all right.
So if someone flies me out, I'm going to be like, oh, this is what you're supposed to do.
Okay. And let me ask you that question. Then we go back to that first thing we talked about. Any of these guys you date your age?
Yeah, for sure.
Some of the guys your age?
A lot of, most of the guys, literally 3 years older than me. I'm 25. They'll be 28. Same age group. I've dated older men. I've dated men my age group. The thing is with older men, we'll say this too. Sometimes y'all have the same maturity level. So it depends. It doesn't mean because a guy is older that y'all are the same maturity.
Same maturity level as like you?
Depends on where they are in life.
But none of the guys been your age. You say age range. They're older than you. They're still older than you.
Okay.
But they're like still 28 is the youngest. You say 3 years older than you is the youngest of the. But you're still getting older though.
No, well, older, but they could be older. I've dated older men, and they still.
No, I'm talking about the guys you date who could do for you.
Yeah, well, usually they'll be 1 or 2 years older.
Not 1 or 2.
Yeah,
That's
1
it.
or 2.
Okay.
I've never dated anyone crazy old who's, you know what I mean.
What's crazy old?
Probably at my age. Probably 50, 60. That's already because that's someone who's lived 25. You could do a lot in 1 year. Imagine 25 years on you. That's a lot.
All right. Like I was going to say, because, when you say, we talk about our prime again, most of those guys, it takes them a while to figure their life out. And they're not figuring that. The guys in their 20s, they usually ain't figured out yet the financial be able to do for you. They're usually a little older so they could make things happen for you. Because they still trying to figure shit out. You know what I mean? And like I said, in their 20s, you hustling. In the 30s, you figuring it out. 40s, the money come to you. You know what I mean? So it's but that's why in the men's, the prime is 40. But they want to look at the time of how the outside appearances for the, you know what I mean? That's just how it is a lot of times. Like I have, I told my son, he's 19, about to be 20, and I said, you're growing to a dangerous age. But I realized the girls you start to date now want to be flown out, want flowers, want a hotel paid for, and just want a bottle service, right?
Yeah.
He's competing with the guys.
19, 20,
19. No. Think about it. No. I'm talking about it. No, you gotta think about it. At 20 years old, at 21, he's seeing girls 23, 24.
Yeah, but they with the 40-year-olds.
We will hope, but sometimes they still go down.
No, sometimes they still go down. But however, he's competing
with 40-year-old men.
Yes, financially.
That's what I'm saying.
Because the girls in the 24 and 25, the 21 and 25, it's just real. You look at it, it's just, but however, he has to compete. And so you gotta get your money.
He needs to go sit and hibernate and figure out his stuff.
No, but this is just real. You want to date, you want to be in love.
No,
but yeah, at 20 years old, he want to be outside, but you want to compete. This is getting real out here because you might like a girl and a 40-year-old man might take her from you because he could pay her rent. He could buy her a car. He could do things for her, and you have a hard time taking her to the movies because you figure her life out.
Go and hibernate. Come out at 26 a champ. Come out at 26 swinging.
I agree.
So men, when you're 20, it's hard. I think that's a hard date. You think that's a hard date age for a guy to date a 21-year-old?
Like
in the lifestyle.
In experience, though,
people who are in the lifestyle.
Definitely when I was in college. So I was probably dating the broke men in college when I was.
Because you're not in the lifestyle.
Exactly. Yeah. It'll be a bill, and they'll make you feel kind of $70. I dated a guy who made me feel kind of like, oh, the bill is $70.
Hey,
I know. Yeah. But we were in college. Now, as experience, I never would probably go through that.
And some women don't want that lifestyle either.
Especially for women, if, me and my homegirl will go out, get a big bill. So as a man, if you're, you know what I mean? If I could do it for myself, why are you going to make me feel less than for
we go 50-50. But, we about to wrap it up, though. I appreciate you having your girls on, you know what I mean? And y'all making money in the real way. $2,000 a day. Oh, what's a good price for a good makeup girl to a professional makeup artist, on a day in LA can make on a good day?
A good day rate is 25
$2,500 a good day. Man, doing makeup in a low day.
in a day, 12 hours.
What's a low number?
For a day would be like 1,000.
All right. So look, I get it, man. You know, for inspirational females who wanna get that money, you know, bottle girl makeup. You know, y'all you can figure out your career, and there's ways to make money while you figuring your career out. You know, there's ways to do it. Things that you like doing. You like going to the club. Go ahead and be a bottle girl. Make money while you like hearing that music and networking and being around people, right? You like doing makeup, playing with makeup at home. You go ahead and do it professionally.
Yes.
A lot of girls still know how to do makeup, huh?
Yes, definitely lean into your passions. It
All right,
doesn't
cool.
always have to be super complicated.
All right, appreciate y'all, lady. Get a perspective. We got my boy Picasso back here.
Listen, man, let's get rich in real life.
It's a fact. We don't
Man.
gatekeep.
Listen,
All right.
and please hold on. PSA, man. When y'all see Chef out here, man, can y'all stop? Please, like y'all grown men, stop this acting like these females, bro. Like, and females, stop eating too much. Y'all coming to a section overweight and shit. I'm getting tired,
It's
man.
okay to eat.
I'm just
Okay
tired
to
of seeing
eat.
what I'm seeing, and it's like,
It's
bro,
okay to eat.
it's okay to eat, but it's
But you
also
do need to floss.
very good to work out. I'm just saying, it's a balance. You know, we can't just do one thing. You know,
Health is wealth.
health is wealth. So, you know, get rich in real life. Follow Chef. Tap in. Link in the bio. Do all that good shit.
What's your Instagram tags?
Oh yeah, go ahead.
No, you got it. Everybody know me.
At J Jules Beauty.
So mine is Lynn, LYN.BARR.
Falcon Picasso.
Chef Cole.
Chef Cole.
All right.
You know, Donald Trump shouting out Chef. You heard?
And it's not AI.
Let me
it's
get
not
Chef
AI.
up here, Chef G.
All right, take care, y'all. We about to go party.
Cheers. With fat bitches and niggas.
More cameras in.
Take that out.